welcome back to another episode of Art Stuff with Gambit. Um, well, this was placed. We're not supposed to see that. Anyway, the point is that we're back another Tuesday for some art stuff. I promised you last week that we were going to work on some shading and some lights and shadows for stuff, but um, I have some commissions that I should be working on. Some comic book pages for my friend Travis. I've been working with him for a few years since I moved here to Florida. We work with him in a exclusive covers for the local store, Famous Faces and Funnies, for different books. One of them was Voodoo Nation's issue one, which also features backup story illustrated by me and Coins of Judas issues one and two exclusive cover for store exclusive cover for Famous Faces and Funnies. So I have a new script from him the last week to work on. I already have these pages already, all of them. It's an 8-page script, and I already have them all nails of what I'm going to do with those pages. So we're going to be working on them pages today. You're gonna get to see me working on another set of sequential art uh, pages, which is one of my favorite things to do. So I guess that let's see if this thing works out as I thought it was going to work. There it is. We can see my iPad now instead of using the camera on top of it, so you can see what I'm doing. You get to see the actual Procreate screen. I'm using an app called Visor, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure that I got it right. Yes, Visor. I'm using the free version. I hopefully today would not be the day where it will stop working. So let's see. Where were we? Here we are. Bam. We're back. Oh, and now you can see my face when I'm working. Now I can see my frustration face. Anyway, so we're going to start working on these pages now. I usually for comic book stuff tend to use an 11 by 17 page, which it's usually the standard size of comic book pages. Um, Let me move the microphone a little bit closer for you guys, just in case. I don't know if you guys can hear me well, but we're testing new things today. Anyway, so first things first, I'm going to first do some scribbles on the page. This is just so that I can get my hand loose. I can start working on that. I think that for next week, I'm gonna have the iPad back on the drawing table because it's more comfortable, less shakiness. But now at least you don't get to see the shakiness on the stream when I'm doing it. Clear. Safe zone. This is where we are going to put most of the panels, everything that's outside of that rectangle there. Chances are it's going to be cropped. So I like to make small so that I know where those things are. I'm gonna try something different today. Instead of doing the page with each panel separated. I'm going to just separate them by having mm, just a line or two over it. All right. That way I maximize the page instead of having these empty spaces in between panels. Well, I'm still gonna have it, but not like I used to that I split every panel and then make every panel like individual panels like this, which would be like the old school way of doing it or the most common way of doing it. So this first page calls for 8 panels. So we have two of them already. No, I don't like that. And this is not how I had it split up. I think this is the page that has the most panel count. That has 8 of them. But anyway, let's get on with it. Let me put this like this because pretty girls write like this. This. So that's final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I thought, oh, there it is. I know I had seen that somewhere. 4, 5, 6. So now I know that I have all of this space here for panel 7 and 8, and I don't need that much space for panel 7 and 8. So now I can just work with this a little bit, and I can make panel 1. Just shows you how much planning takes in just doing the panels, which is something that someone commented the other day. That said, "Hey, I didn't know it took so long just to decide how many panels you were going to use on that page." This case, it's already been done for me. It's 8 page. It's 8 panels. Panel 7 and 8 don't have to be this big, so I can work with making the panels different sizes, or just change it entirely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work. I mean, you work every panel individually, anyways. But instead of spending more time deciding how I'm going to lay it out, I'm going to start drawing the panels and then I'll start putting them together on the page. The first panel, we have this dude walking towards the mailbox. So if you want to, man, there it is. I don't need that. I don't need that. I can work with this. So so I have this panel. Why is it doing that? So first, have him walking outside to his house or something like that. Pages already since I already have them laid out, it's just making the drawings. Calls for an old car here or something like that. All right, let's do something here real quick because this thing it's getting in the way. So let's put this for now here for a second. Let's try this again. I know I've been using it for more than an hour. What are you telling me? Okay. Gonna get to see my face for a minute while I fix something here real quick. All right. Let me see. All right. Sorry for doing this while I we're doing this live. I'm trying to fix this so that it lets me stream the rest of the episode. Should have done this earlier today. Early today. which I thought I did because I did all of this earlier. Wait a minute. Wait a tick. Well. Let's see if this is functioning as it should or not. I apologize for the technical difficulties right now. It's fine. This is fine. I don't know why this thing is not functioning as it should. Oh well. Let's I guess let's continue doing this thing, right? Because this is what you came for. Okay. It's there. Let's do this. We should be able to continue with no issues. Yep, there you go. Perfection. Now, why is this not changing to full screen? I have no idea. But all right, let's get back to it. Because now it feels like I'm just wasting your guys' time. All right, supposed to draw a car here. Vroom vroom, motherfuckers. But this I'm gonna find the reference picture in a minute. This is again just so that we can start the, let's make a bush here because the idea is that everything is not doing well. Grass is unkept. Make this panel smaller so that we can continue adding stuff. I'm going to draw since I tackle all of these panels individually, right? But not just individually, but each of the elements in the panel, I work on them separately in a different layer. So I'm creating this extra layer. Um, because that way I can draw what I need to draw, right? Let's say that this is Marshall walking here. The name of the character is Marshall, right? So we have Marshall walking here, or something like this, because pretty girls walk like this, right? Something like that, right? This is Marshall walking. La 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 la. He's actually not that happy, but for now, uh wearing a shirt with his arms rolled up. Sustain. Dude is not having a great time, so we run down. So I'm gonna make him have a little bit of unkept hair. Oh wait, I need to change something real quick. Setting here so that we don't accidentally get any notifications you're not supposed to be seeing. Back to it. Here we are again. See, now that I have this thing, it's not supposed to be here. This is not supposed to be here. So let's get it out. We'll fix that later. See, now I can change this thing. So it will be like this big. T, T, a little bit bigger than this. You know, if it was standing here, there you go. And I am going to warp him out a little bit this way. Okay. And on the other panel, I'm gonna go and erase the parts where he will be covering it so that we can get a little bit less noise in that panel. Supposed to be walking to the. Okay, now that I have those two elements more or less how I want it, I can come here and make this a little bit smaller. And let me erase that face because I really do not like that face. It's walking toward its mailbox, so I'm gonna put it here. Then this. There's no fancy mailboxes in this house. How do I accentuate that? Something that I want to try with this script specifically is I'm going to be mostly black and white, except for certain details that I want them to be in red. Name of the stories don't push the red button, so I figured that putting some details in red would make it would make them stand out and kind of tie everything together with the title of the story. It's part of an anthology. So let's see now. I have a better idea of how I'm going to move these panels around because now I have a better size. I wanted that first panel to be the biggest one because that's like the establishing one. That's the one that tells us where we are, time of day, etc. So I'm going to focus most of the attention in this page on that first panel. So that means that I am not liking how I'm seeing these, but I can work with this, right? We have panel 1 here. Panel 2 will be here. I don't need that line. It will be panel 2. Then I can, the other panels don't have to be that big. So I can do panels 3, 4, and 5 here. And then we have like this 3, 4, 5. We can have 6. Moving things around as I need them. File 6, 7, and 8. These last 3 panels can be pretty small. So I can 6. I want it to be a little bit bigger. You need to see a little bit more detail in it. Right? But 7 and 8 should be pretty fast. Panel 2, we're supposed to see that he has a bunch of mail in his hands. You know, when you go home and open your mailbox and you're carrying it, all of them letters, spam letters, and eviction notices. So what I'm going to do, I mean, we already know that he's walking by accentuating that, putting that red only on the mailbox. We now, I, well, at least what I'm trying to do here is that since this is the only thing that you'll see that has some color in this panel, you immediately connect that he's walking towards the mailbox since everything else is going to be just black and white. So I don't need to, that saves me the time of adding another panel of him opening the mailbox for you to see that he's opening the mailbox. So there's a panel in between these 2 panels that you're not seeing, but your brain will definitely um, fill in those blanks. So now what I'm doing is I'm holding a paper in my hand, an envelope in my hand, so that I have a quick reference of how I'm going to draw this thing. And I just realized that I'm drawing on the wrong panel. Dumbass Gambit. Okay, let's put this here so I don't forget it. But right now there's one panel. Boom. Right, and then we add here we had a hand holding some envelopes. You know, do, 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 do. Oops. No uniform. There you go. Say, pay attention. What are you doing? Here's some letters. Spam letters here and there. Another letter coming up here. Just to, in case you make sure that I express that idea that you're looking at envelopes. You're gonna put a old school stamp, and then it's going to have, you know, that little window here, and we're gonna add here some words in red, like final notice or some stuff like that. In this panel, the only thing that's going to be in red is going to be these little stamps on the letters. So you have, you know, immediately you know a letter with a red stamp. If you've never been there, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing. That's let's rename this thing since we're here. Rename panel one and rename to rename. Here it is. Panel two. Oh, I know what I know where I'm at. I was the other day. I went out. I went out to see to have a few beers, and I went to this local place that I like to go to and frequent. And I had this very sour experience, um, which kind of sucks because, like I said, I really like the place, and that is putting a kind of a bitter taste. So I was at this bar, was talking to this person, and I noticed that the bartender and another patron were looking and talking, and turns out that someone was someone's exes, and they decided to not. No, I wouldn't say play a prank because they thought I didn't notice what they were doing. But they decided to throw her phone on the floor behind the bar and, pretend that the phone wasn't there when she asked for it, which was really shitty attitude from the bartender and this other patron. Kind of sucks, that some people can't put aside their personal matters. You know, I cannot talk about whatever drove him to do that to her, but you're in your place of work, my friend, you have to shit. Did all that? It stays like that. You know what? It stays like that. I'm not going to. It's drawing on the wrong layer again. Like I've never done this before. Anyway, it's really shitty that your place of work and putting this bad experience on other patrons because you cannot handle this patron that you have beef with. Again, I don't know what happened between them. So I keep drawing the same thing on the freaking drawing layer. Just gonna shut up, right? So here we have Marshall on panel three. You have Marshall walking back inside the house and putting the. Oh, I did not draw that panel here in my sketches, but that's kind of easy, you know. We just draw a table here. This is what bugging me. We draw a table here, and we have him dropping the letters here. So yeah, like I was saying, so now I have this sour experience from a place that I really enjoy going to, and I've been debating all week if I should say something or not, like dress it with you know the owners of the bar because I've met them. I know them personally. Well, not that we're friends or anything like that, but I know who I need to talk to if I wanted to talk to someone, or if I should could just let the bartender know that, hey man, what you did was a shitty thing and was not appreciated, you know? Because again, if you have a beef with someone, now you're ruining my experience because all I see is you and someone else being shitty to another patron. That's actually having a conversation with me, you know? So, it's kind of a shitty thing to do, and it shouldn't have happened. Anyway, I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. I'm moving him so that we see a little bit more of the table, so that we can see that there's other papers here. Yeah, so you will see that it's a table. It's a table. Oh, hello, Red Hammer. This is the Apple Pencil that I've been using since I turned this thing, bought this thing. Right, let me see if I'm through. Okay, was a bunch of letters. Here. Yeah, small detail Gambit. Supposed to be able to see part of the living room. So that means that I'm going to make him a little bit smaller so that we can somehow. All right, so I'm going to redraw that panel. We're supposed to be able to see part of the living room. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to look for a living room picture in my phone. That way I have a better layout because at the top of my head I'm going to draw probably how my living room looks like, and that's not. It's a tiny living room, so it's not much space for all of the things that we have to add. All right, so I have here something that looks similar to what I have in mind already. Nice, this is really cool. It's actually the same angle that I was thinking of. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? I'm gonna turn this off because if I try to draw inside that the space that I see as the panel, I'm going to limit myself to draw in that space. And right now, what I want to do is I want to be able to draw the whole thing that I need to draw. That way, um, I can fit everything, and then I resize and crop whatever I need to crop if I need to crop anything. Right? We're supposed to see a woman sitting here. So I'm gonna just do this. Oh, that's a really tall woman. This is the leg and the other leg. Hey, let me not draw that right now, but I need to not forget that I'm not drawing him sitting down on the couch. It's a girlfriend. But we have her here now, and we have let's do this table in the center, like a coffee table here. And we have all letters here and stuff. So it's him dropping the other letters on top of this table. He should be walking like around this area. Swear I've done this before. I'm gonna have him looking this way, so we're gonna see like the back of his. There you go. That way, I don't have to draw his face. That would be panel three, tres, número tres. Déjame ver algo. Let me see what it says for panel four. Ah, so You see? So what I'm going to do on the other panel, he's supposed to be walking behind her and giving her a kiss. So it makes no sense that I have him walking all the way this way and then have him on the next panel standing here, right? Because of the way I did him. He has so much motion. There's no makes no sense. It looks really pretty, uh, but it's not going to work. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate it and save it just in case. Uh, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change this from there. Mm, put this here for a second. And let's change her orientation and let's take this out. Let's change this orientation. This is better, Gambit. This is way better. I like where you're going. And now, if I have him here, it makes more sense. See? Okay. So like that for now. Okay. The detail will add later. Now we have panel 3 here. And now it's a much better panel. I can make it just a little bit bigger. Remember to leave space for dialogue here, here, always. All right, so now that I have panel 3, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'll tell you why in a second. This is panel 3. I don't need this part here. Or do I? No, I don't need it. But I am from this one. Actually. Well, actually, I do kind of need this part of the panel here, right? And I'll tell you now I can erase this part. Do, do. Right. And then on this one, I change the angle in her face. Now I'll put this hand here, and I'll have her looking up instead of her looking this way. I'll have her look it this way, right? Uh, oh my God! Let me zoom in on this thing because and do that thing that I say every time. Don't do. It's completely unnecessary. Soon. Wow. There you go. Technology. Something like that. And we add him. Arima, put her hand like this, gently caressing her face. It's monkey paw, right? Smoochy face. Gross. Oh no. Of course I did that. I'm going to select this and move. There you go. We can make this panel a little bit bigger. Actually, we can make this panel this big, and we can put more detail. When the time when the time comes, I can put more detail on that. Right? Oh my God, it's already been an hour. Yeah, but I wasted a lot of time earlier trying to fix that stupid message on the screen. No Gambit. There it is. All right, one, two, three, four, panel five. I'm going to work until I get this whole page ready to start inking, and then we'll call it a day. But for now, we'll shall continue. We have three more panels to go. For panel five, what did I draw on panel five? Oh, he's walking into his office because yeah, that house has an office. Have a slightly bit of envy. All right. A sign on the wall, not the wall. All right. So panel one, two, three, four, five. He is walking into his office. And there's a sign that says that he is the youngest millionaire in Ohio history. Apparently, he was very young when he made his first $1 million or some stuff like that. Now, I had an idea for this panel. I wanted to draw. Okay, wait. Okay. Slightly confused here. I don't need this, and I don't need this right now. If I take this one out, okay. Oh, all right. Now I get it. Super hella confused. There you go. Damn. Okay. One, two, panel three, rename. You see, that's why you rename them so that you don't have that problem that I just had. Panel three, and rename this one panel four. Now we create, do this right now. Panel five. I don't need this. I'm gonna turn this one, two, three, and four off. I wanted to originally draw just like part of the door frame, and then you see inside, he's inside. He just walked into the room, right? And he is clicking on that light, click, turning the ceiling fan on or something. Erase this. So just scratching his head while he's walking inside the room. Right. And then you see like monitors inside his office. Fail here. Right. Keyboard on top of the table. We see the windows outside. These are the blinds. There's another monitor here. Most of the light is going to be coming from inside that room, so we can, you know, make him a silhouette. This is now, we can have that sign here that says youngest video in Ohio. History. It's gonna be a better. It's gonna be better written than that. But the problem I see with this panel now is that if I want to see all of that from the entrance, that means that this door has to be at least this big. Or that is if, of course, if we want to, which we want, the door would be like here. So that means that all of this we don't need. We don't need any of this here. Choo, 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 choo. There it is. Now I can put the panels back and we can see what. There it is. Doot, 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 doot. Oh, that's where did that come from? See, panel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no! Ha! Little bit of panic. So much sugar. Ah. All right, so that was panel 5. Let me go here and accentuate a little bit more the silhouette. And maybe because there you go. Hey, make him a little bit bigger. Something like that. Shirt should be more like this because he was wearing a long sleeve shirt over it. All right, so for panel 6, need no education. No, we actually do some education. Need some education in this country. Okay, so panel six. He opens his computer and we see his email. Oh, wait, I have that sketch out here already. Panel six, here it is. We have our dude sitting in front of a computer. And we have to see uh, the screen monitor. Okay, this works. Immediately rename it. Layer 6. Should have stretched my hand a little bit more. Okay, where we are. Yep. Taking those panels lines out of the way so that I can not feel so that I don't feel restricted when drawing the other panels. So for this one, we're gonna have this dude sitting here. Just look at this computer first. Hey, a little bit more this way. And that perspective is whack. We have homeboy here sitting in front of the computer. You shouldn't be able to see this shoulder. This shoulder that I'm watching. This one should be a little bit more. It's okay. Let's redo the whole thing. Mouse pad here. Man, drawing hands is hard. It's hard. It's hard. That's better. And file 6 goes like this. Bam. I don't need this here. For you go like this. So in this one, I when I the panel before, I did like a monitor here and another monitor here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move this one here and just go ahead and draw another one here. Now I can draw here the sign that says Millionaire Ohio History. The sign. Now this panel and these two panels, five, this one and this one, have coherence when you look at them. You can visualize the room better in your head. Caramba, que esa línea no va ahí. All right, panel 7. Oh shit. We're having panel 7. Same thing. Let's rename this real fast. Rename with rename. Panel 7. All right. See an image of a red button and a guy smiling. So, a red button. So in this panel, this is what's going to be red, the red button. You know, I should make it, ha ha ha, not like that. I still wanted to see some of the angle. Like that. Do, 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 do. Bitch, I said what I said. This one's going to be red. And then we do the letters in white that says press here. And there's a dude smiling. Oh, look at that. Last week we were talking, we were practicing some expressions, right? Remember that? Well, now we have It just looks like a nut job. And there's some text that goes down here. Very specific text. I'm gonna have to send the writer a message to see if he wants me to add that text or if it's going to be done by the letterer. Right. So this is what's supposed to be inside that email. So I'm gonna make sure that we see that we are looking at this through the monitor. Monitor, not monitor, Gambit. Monitor. Stupid. Oh man. Anyway, it's okay. Nobody's watching, man. Yeah. Now you see. And final eight. Uh, Did that rename? Seven. Rename. I know. Well, not. Of course, he's going to click on that tempting offer. Click. So this one is just a hand clicking on a mouse. This is going to be easy to draw. I would think. Let me not let me not say those things because every time I say those things, I fuck it up. There it is. So that we have Knuckles. This is our old man Knuckles. Fuck you up though. Dee, 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 dee. Some more Knuckles. Old man Knuckles. Prove that anything can be metal. Follow this dude on TikTok that does that. He has these videos that prove that anything can be metal, and he takes a song that's not metal and makes it metal. I mean, we know that. We know that anything can be metal, but it's still funny to to see what he comes up with. Trying to look at this thing as a reference so that when I look at that, and then we go like so you can tell that that's a mouse. Or something like that. I do not like that at all. Not a single bit. Maybe we change the. No, there it is. Got it. Put it like this. And you do the. Come on, baby. Let's do the click. It's a really loud click. Click! All right, so now we have this is how I lay out the first page of this 8-page story. I already have some of them laid out. I did that yesterday, so it should be fast. It should be fast now. I left one open on purpose so that I have something to work on today. Uh, and it was not what I promised, but at least we got to work on something together. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Like always. Remember to go to like and subscribe and follow my Instagram page, Gambit. And every Tuesday we'll see you back here. Bye. Ay, Dios mío. Sorry, Marla. Oh my God. And I extended the time today too. I've been 20 minutes extra. So I'll see you next week.